I oppose gender ideology ever entering the walls of my school building. On my dead body will my students be exposed to the harms of gender identity ideology. Transgenderism. Transgenderism. These people behind us who want children to have unfettered access to hormones.
Now, it was that moment that got Milwaukee school counselor Marissa Darlingh in trouble with the state. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has launched an investigation and is now threatening to revoke her teaching license on the basis of immoral conduct. Marissa joins me now exclusively along with her attorney, Lucas Vebber, deputy counsel of the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty. Now, Marissa, would you change anything about what you said or how you said it now that the state is coming after you?
No. I wouldn't.
What compelled you at that moment to get up with, some colorful language, which, we all can engage in at times, but it was pretty colorful. Is that what got them, that you're used to, using the F-bomb, or was it something?
I mean, I don't really understand, because I was acting as a private citizen on my own time on a Saturday, like 75 miles away from my students. My students weren't watching the Feminist Channel live stream that I was speaking on. And I had not actually planned on speaking, but after spending the afternoon being harassed and provoked by people wearing shirts that said "Protect Trans Kids," I felt I had to stand up and tell the truth.
Now, Lucas, what is she actually being charged with or accused of? Like, what is there a particular part of the licensing code that she violated, and if so, what is it?
Yeah, there's a statute in Wisconsin that allows the state agency that's in charge of educational licensing to revoke a license for what they call immoral conduct. Immoral conduct is defined pretty vaguely under statute, but it's essentially conduct that harms children. Two of the examples they list under the statute are accessing pornography at school and knowingly helping a child predator obtain a job in a school, for example. Neither of those come anywhere near what this situation is. This is a situation in which she was, as she said, speaking as a private citizen on her own time on matters of public importance in front of the state capitol. It's frankly, I don't know how you could find a more quintessentially protected speech under the First Amendment.
Now, Marissa, what specifically about this really new movement to, some would say, encourage sexual exploration, sexual identity exploration in very young children today?
Well, there is a little bit of a difference between the sexual identity stuff and the transgender stuff. I'm totally supportive of lesbian, gay, and bisexual individuals. What I'm not supportive of is this movement to basically tell kids they were born in the wrong body and set them on a path for long-term, lifelong medicalization through the use of wrong sex hormones and drugs used off-label as puberty blockers and all the disfiguring surgeries of their healthy body parts. It has nothing to do with being lesbian or gay. It has everything to do with an agenda that's being really driven by Big Pharma.
Are you shocked that there's an alliance that's obviously formed, unintentional perhaps, between some more liberal feminists and liberal folks and some conservatives on this issue? I mean, when you have J.K. Rowling being attacked as by the transgender community, that's quite something.
Right. And it is an interesting coalition that we're building around this issue. But honestly, even though I consider myself to be a radical feminist, and I have taken my stand on radical feminist grounds, I have decided to just get out of my own way when it comes to partisan politics over this issue, because it's about the safety of kids.
This is so important. We talked about pot-induced psychosis at the beginning of the show, and now this. Marissa, Lucas, thank you both. Our Wits End segment is